Hey guys, on this video I'm gonna install Arch Linux with Hyprland on my Asus G15 laptop with NVIDIA RTX graphics. So stay tuned. First thing that we needed to do is to download a latest ISO from the Arch Linux website, burn it on a USB pen drive, either using Rufus or Balena Etcher if you are in Windows. Balena Etcher is also available for any Linux. Another excellent software for USB pen drive is the one which is called Ventoy. Any USB which has a Ventoy installed in there, you can just copy paste the ISO. Warning: before doing anything, it is always best to back up your precious files. It is highly recommended to install Arch on a separate hard drive. If you want to dual boot it, you can, but do so with care. I made a tutorial on how to dual boot Windows and Arch using the Arch install script. The link will be in the description. Again, as a disclaimer, use this as a guide only. I will not be responsible for any data loss. So let's continue. With this, and if you want to connect to the internet, because you need an internet for the installation, if you want to use Wi-Fi, you can use the iwctl command, and then device list station WLAN 0 get networks, and then station WLAN 0 connect, and then put in the network name. Now I'm not gonna connect it to a Wi-Fi now because I have a LAN connection here which is a lot faster. So I'm just gonna connect it, and I made a video about the iwctl which I'm gonna put the link below. Then check, of course, if you have, just to confirm that you have a internet connection. Great. And I have already enabled it earlier, but what you can do is to edit the pacman that /pacman.cnf. in this still not enabled, so I can just uncomment the color, uncomment the parallel downloads just to have a faster downloads, and of course I will add the I love candy. Now I made a video about this, so check out on the description. Okay, once that's done, need to just synchronize the database, not SYU, just SY. This is only to synchronize the database. And then after that, you can type in the Arch install. Now, if you might get an issue or you're complaining about the keyring and so on, what you can do is, I'm just gonna abort this now. What you can do is you can type this command, pacman-key-init, and then populate it, --populate. Now this should update the keys. So Arch install. Okay, English for me is fine. Mirror region, it's mostly advisable to connect to a mirror which is in your country or closest to you. Drives, I'm gonna wipe all my drives, and I'm gonna use a VTRFS sub volume here. Now it's entirely up to you. If you want to use ext4, that's fine, but I'm used with the VTRFS, so I'm just gonna use the VTRFS. This layout, I'm just gonna wipe all VTRFS like I said. So yes, in this equation I'm not gonna use encryption, and I'm gonna use a grub swap ZRAM. Yes, that's okay. If you don't want ZRAM, that's fine. You can choose no here. Root password, I will enable the root password because it just comes handy whenever you are troubleshooting. Add user. Yes, I'd like to be a sudo. Profile, I'm gonna choose the minimal here. Now it says here about this way, but we're not gonna do that. Minimal, I'm gonna use the pipewire. Additional package. Now here's the tricky part, because when I was testing earlier, or the other day when I was testing the Arch install, there are some missing packages which it didn't include. So that's another. The packages that I wanted to have is nano, git nano, and vim. This is like you need to use this later on, these packages. And then the one thing that I found out is the Arch install is not creating the home directories, the pictures, photos, pictures, videos, downloads, all that kind of stuff, because by default these packages was not included, which is a little bit weird, but probably that's because I choose the minimal. So we need to install this one. Then another thing is okay, I will talk about that later on, because also on here, see the kernels that you choose. Depending on the kernels that you choose, I choose just a Linux. And then I found out earlier that the Linux and headers and Linux headers was not installed, which is again quite surprised. But you need these Linux headers, otherwise you cannot install the graphic cards. Oh, I forgot to add. I needed also to add the x86 video AMD GPU and also NVIDIA-DKMS and NVIDIA settings, and of course NVIDIA utils, because I have a NVIDIA on my system. Now the NVIDIA-DKMS, that's highly recommended. Use network manager. Yes, I'm gonna use that. Time zone, I'm gonna leave it at UTC. It's just way easier. Optional repositories, I'm gonna enable the multi-lib here, and then gonna be install. Now this might take some time depending on your internet connection, of course. So I'm not gonna go through here. I'm gonna post the video and I'll be right back. Later on it will ask you to chroot. You have to answer yes, because there's still steps that you needed, or that we needed to carry out. Okay, I'm gonna post the video here. I'll be back. Alright, so I'm back. So once you are greeted with this, would you like to chroot? The answer here yes, because we needed to do something else before. We need to reboot. The first thing that we needed to do is to edit the mkinit CPIO. We can use vim or nano. So this time I'm just gonna use the vim mkinit CPIO.conf. Now I need to insert here on the modules AMD GPU, because I have a AMD iGPU. If you have Intel, I believe should be i915. And then modules for NVIDIA modset, NVIDIA _UVM, and NVIDIA _DRM. So after that, you can exit. Okay, so after you added the NVIDIA on the modules, running the command mk init cpio dash capital P. Now, warnings here are fine. What you need to keep an eye is the errors. You should fix the errors first. And if you have errors on NVIDIA, make sure that you have installed the Linux headers. Okay, the next thing that we should do is to blacklist the Novo, because I don't want the Novo to run in. Can edit it on the grub. So vim etc default /grub. Now while you're here, you can change the timeout to, I'll just put it to 1 second, and then all the way down here on the grub command line Linux, add. Now this NVIDIA DRM that mod set equals 1 is highly recommended, also as per Arch-Hyprland wiki. And then blacklisting the driver, Novo driver, blacklist equals no feo Novo mod probe that black list equals no VAU. And then while you're down here, if you are dual booting, then you can uncomment this grab disable OS prober. You just need to uncomment, delete the hashtag. So I'm not gonna delete that because I don't have anything on my laptop. And exit. And for dual boot, you need to install first the OS prober. You can do that by sudo, or not sudo actually, no need, pacman-s os prober. Now once the OS prober is installed, then you can run the update the grub, which is grub mkconfig -o, and this also same for even though that you are not in a dual boot, you still need to carry out this command, because so whatever you change on your grub etc default grub, you always need to make sure to run this command to update the grub. Alright, so once that's done, we can now reboot. You can type in exit, and then you mount it on mount, you mount R mount. Oh, it's not mounted. Okay, maybe it's auto unmount. Then reboot. Okay, so now once you rebooted into your system, you'll be greeted with this, and then log in as a normal user. So after that, need to download the my repo, git clone https://github.com Ja.KooLit Ja_hyprland. It's quite long. Okay, once it's already cloned, you can go into cd Ja.hyprland. Now before we go in here, I just want to make sure that the pacman.conf. Alright, very good. So I just need to remove the verbose list. Sudo vim etc pacman.conf, of course password. Wrong password. Okay. Okay, I just need to remove this verbose package layer. I made a video of this, by the way. If you want, you can check it out. I'm gonna put it on the link below, or comments, or the description. So this one thing is, I wanted to install the NVIDIA-ALL driver, even though now that I have a SMI, even though I have now the NVIDIA-DKMS, I still prefer to use the NVIDIA-ALL driver, which also I made a video of it previously, so I'm gonna put it on the link below. I have added it on my repo. Just gonna type in ls, so it's gonna be NVIDIA-ALL driver. So need to make it executable, +x NVIDIA-ALL. Again, this is up to you. This is entirely up to you. And after you make it a executable, we can execute the command using the /NVIDIA-ALL driver. It should clone, and then of course go through here. I'm gonna install the latest one, DKMS, yes, and then no. Now it's gonna go through the process, and then it will download and install the selected driver. The reason why I start to use this, I've been using this like more than 1 year already, because I had a problem before. I had an issue with the normal NVIDIA driver from the repo, that whenever there's an update either on the NVIDIA or the kernel, I always ended up with a black screen. So after I have found this driver, I never encounter any other issues with it. The only downside, of course, is it's not in the AOR, it's not on the official repo, so you need to manually go to the website and check if there's an update for NVIDIA in there. I'm gonna put it on the description. Otherwise, you can just search on the internet NVIDIA-ALL fragging family. Then it should be on your first search list. Okay, depending on the system, this may take some time. So I'm gonna post the video before moving on for installing the Hyprland. Okay, if you have installed this driver, it will ask you that if you want to remove the NVIDIA-DKMS, and I will say yes here, enter, and then also remove the NVIDIA utils. Basically, you always, all of it, just answer all yes in here, because then it will just install everything for you, the needed NVIDIA drivers, of course. Okay, I think this will be fast, or soon it will be finished in a few minutes. Else I'm gonna just pause again and come back. Okay, so the NVIDIA-ALL is already installed. Let me just clear the terminal. Next thing that we need to do is to install Yay. Now, you will say that Yay or Paru is the newer one. However, I've read on the Hyprland wiki that Varsity, he encountered some errors when using the Paru. So on this, I use the Yay just so it will be aligned on the script, so you won't encounter any issues. You can use also Paru if you want. That's entirely up to you. So, but for this, I'm just gonna install Yay. I have also included on my DATs. As you can see here, the Yay bin installed. It's a Yay bin which installed. If you want to check the script, you can do so using a vim or nano. So Yay bin install. So you can see here, it's only cloning and then changing the folder and then make packaging. So nothing special here. So clear. So the name was, need to make it executable, Yay bin install. Then again run the command using /yay install, and this would, and my test, or since this is a binary package, it's just quick because it will not download the Go. Okay, the last thing is, this is optional. This in script is actually a copied, or I copied it from a YouTuber. He made a magnificent video on Arch-Hyprland. His channel is named Soul.Tech, which I also copied it, the script from his repo, and I just edited as required. Now this is entirely optional, but for the purpose of this video, this is so I edited this script so it will install the dots, which I have it on my repo. Again, if you want to check, you can check it. And for those who choose to install paru instead, just make sure that you wanted to use this script, just make sure to change all the yay in here to paru. So you can see here, credit goes to Soul.Tech for the script. I just edited as I see fit. Okay, I'm not gonna go through the script. So clear ls. Again, you needed to make it as executable. Install-Hyprland. Okay, and after that we can run the command. Now this would take some quite time because I choose the what do you call this, the git packages, Hyprland packages. I'm gonna answer yes here. I want the power save to be enabled. Install the package, of course. And like I said, like I was saying, I choose the NVIDIA-Hyprland NVIDIA Git, way bar Hyprland Git, and the XDG desktop portal Git. Now this would take some time, so I'm just gonna post from time to time whenever after the package is installed, because there are some few steps remaining. Okay, I'm posting the video. Okay, I'm posting the recording here. I just want to talk about something. It would be a good idea to just keep an eye on the installation process, because some of the packages might not be installed. However, as you can see now, it's downloading as it is. It's now on the Dracula icons Git. So just be patient, don't cancel the process, because otherwise, and of course, but this is if you use only the script provided. If not, of course, then if you manually intervene, then you need to manually install all of the packages which is listed or which desired. Now the included packages on the script is the necessary, so that the dot files that I have made will work. Now these scripts and the dot files, they are not all 100% from me. It's all like from my friends, downloaded to the internet, edited as required, and so on. Now if you check on my repo, you will see there that there's also some Gen 2, because I also have a Gen 2. I have also a Gen 2 Hyprland on my laptop. I have also a Gen 2 Hyprland on my desktop. So it's kind of like I'm collaborating and putting it into one, so all of my system will work exactly as it is, so that if there are some changes or improvement on my dot files, then at least everybody or everything on my system will be aligned. Of course, there is some changes on the script, which I mentioned it on my dot or readme. Just go and check the configurations, for Hyprland configuration, especially the executables, which is the first part. Okay, so now we just need to wait. I'm gonna again post the video, but before I'm gonna post, if you're new to the channel, please consider hitting the subscribe and of course like the button. Hit the like button and then share, so that it will be it will help me also to grow, and I will be more motivated in giving you what I have learned. And talking about the repo, by the way, if you have checked or found out that there are some issues on the dotfiles which you wanted an improvement, I'm welcome to it, so that of course the dotfiles, my Hyprland dotfiles, I'm sure it's not 100% perfect. It could have done better, but if there is some improvement, please let me know. You can file an issue on the GitHub repo, or you can make a comment here and so on. Just let me know, reach out, so we can all improve, or you can create a merge request, all those kind of things. Okay, I am posting again the video. As you can see, it's only 22-176. For some reason the internet just got slower. I don't know, maybe because it's weekend today. Anyway, I'm posting it. I'll back. Okay, so still not done. This is just like a step by step. So of course it asks here, ignore this error. This is just because part of the script is to remove all the XCG desktop portal KDE WLR, because it's gonna conflict with the XCG desktop portal Hyprland. So I want to copy the config. I'm gonna answer here yes, and after that, if you have a Asus laptop like me, you can answer here yes. This will download the Asus CTL Super GFX CTL and also the ROG software. So if you don't have the ROG laptop, you can ignore this. You can just click no, and then you will be asked again on the next question. But if I remember it correctly, that will be now starting the Hyprland. Okay, this might take some time because it's downloading the Clang and Rust, because it's a Rust based. So I'm just gonna post it and come back. Okay, so it's asking for a password, so I'm gonna type in my password here. This is for the Super GFX CFD. Now you could notice here that the install process has been done. Note with the capital H when you need to start the Hyprland. However, it is highly recommended to reboot your computer first. So if you log in here, if you log into Hyprland and you have an issue, try to reboot your computer first. So I'm not gonna go now to the Hyprland because I'm not sure if my OBS can pick up, but why not? I'm just gonna try now. Yes. So there you go. So I'm on. Let me just grab my mouse. Yep, my mouse is here. It's now on the OBS number 2. So let's see if I can mirror this. Anyway, I'm just gonna, let me just switch this. So initially you will be greeted with this if you install the the ROG software. But before I will reboot the system, I'm just gonna install first the, as you can see here, let me just move it to number 2. Yeah, it's already there. Very good, it's installed. I'm just gonna close this, and I will install quickly the OBS, and I'm gonna record from here. So I'll be right back. Hey guys, so I'm back. I have booted now into the newly installed Arch. Let me just plug in. Okay, I just plug in the power. So anyway, if you install the ROG utilities, you will be first be greeted by this. So every time it will pop up when you install, because I set it up as to start. Now what you can do is check the startup hidden. I know it's too small now, but I'm gonna teach you how to do that. Enable notification and so on and so forth, so you can customize with your fan curves. Now just going to the setup with what I've done. Out here is the like a power menu, should be a logout. Let me just check like this. I hope you see it's only a W logout. Okay, still recording. And in here is the microphone and the volume. So microphone, you can just mute it. It will also mute the mic, I believe. And I'm gonna mute now using the button from my laptop. Cannot hear. Hope you can hear. Okay. Can also scroll down, scroll up for the volume. And then of course on the button on your laptop. Now most of the special or hotkeys on my laptop is functioning. There's this function F1, which is the mute, and then the keyboard light. I still not be able to put it on notification. For changing the lights, see here there's a small notification for changing of the keyboard light, and then changing of the fan or the profile. So quiet now and balance. I'm just gonna put performance F6. I still don't have that one. And then of course the brightness, monitor brightness up and down. Now I'm now controlling on to my hotkeys. F9 I have it configured, and for the F10 is the touchpad. If you want to disable the touchpad, so now the touchpad is disabled. I'm gonna enable again, so it's working. And then for the F11, I'm not gonna I configured this for okay, so now I'm back. I pressed the function 12 or function 11, which is the logout that or lock, sway lock. Eventually it crashed, or it didn't crash, it stopped the recording as well. So F12 I set it up like it's gonna be an airplane mode, so disconnect and connect the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth. So of course here you got for the battery, and of course here I got the date and the system tray, OBS. Then I got the Asus ROG. You can also do a panel overdrive, Bluetooth, and then this is for the network manager. Out here is the idle inhibitor. Got here the weather. You can right click for the location, RAM usage. This is the temperature. Now for the temperature, if it's not showing properly, you have to edit the configuration file. So most of the configuration file, super T for the tuner, most of the configuration file is in the config. Now I have not done anything in here. And then waybar, I just fix. Go to the modules. Now everything is too small. Now let's just go change first. So I set it up to install a Qt5CT. So you can just change this. We can change for a here custom will be a darker. This is for the Qt apps. Also for the fonts, we can make it increased. Unfortunately, I have not done any DPI scaling here. So what I do is I just increase the font size. Out here also for the GTK theme, you can change it using the, if you go into .config hyper scripts and then change the, let's see here, the GTK themes. Now you can make it small. You can change the fonts here if you want. Let's say make it bigger. Save, right click, and then run with terminal for this, say foot. So there, it gets a little bigger. Ellipse, and of course mouse pad, you have to go to select fonts and then increase the fonts as required. Now LX appearance here doesn't seem to really work. I have it installed, however it's not really changing. So even though I click save here now, it's not gonna change, because otherwise then you need to stop, or you need to disable the GTK themes if you don't want to use this. That's fine. Anyway, going back to the, let's just cancel this. And then if you're new to the Hyprland, the downloaded earlier the dotfiles, I have like a cheat sheet here, so you can have a quick like a quick look on what are the shortcuts. So super key is the Windows key, and then of course for changing the temperature here, it's gonna be on the waybar modules, and then navigate to the sys class hwmon. It's actually written here, you just need to correct or change here. Temperature. Okay, so now it's in the number 3. I don't think this is right because it's going to the NVMe. So you need to find it on this, and then on this location, then you need to find K10 temp. That's mostly, so it's W15. So change here and save. Of course, then you need to log out and log in to take the effect, to see the effect. Okay, so I hope this will be a, I will not go digging more for launching the menu. Super D for this Wofi, Super Q for close, and if you want a bigger menu, Super Shift D, then you have it there. And you can change here the fonts if you want. It will be on the config files. Anyway, if I go through all the config files, it's gonna be a really long. Let me see if it's still, yeah, recording. Alright guys, so this will be the end. Thank you for listening. Thank you for, of course, using this. Thank you for watching. If you have a question, please feel free to let me know in the comments. Write it down in the comments. If you like the video, please like it, and if you're new, please subscribe, and that would definitely help me. Again, a special shout out to Sol Das Tech, because he made an inspiration for this, and he made an amazing video for the Arch install. You should check him out. Anyway guys, I hope this I hope you learn a lot, and thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye now.